Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Serrano. Welcome back to another video. And today we're going to be talking about the Q20 from BlackBerry and the BlackBerry Passport as well. So if this is something that interests you, make sure you hit the like button so we can push this video to more people who are interested in these two devices, as well as compare them in a little bit more detail, because I got the question. Someone asked me, if you have the Q20, should you upgrade to the Passport? And then someone also said, if you have the Passport, does it make sense to get the Q20? So I'm going to try to answer both of those questions. But without any further ado, make sure you guys stay locked in with me. And I'll see you guys right after this. Alright guys, so when it comes down to it, we're getting two really premium devices from BlackBerry in the golden era of BlackBerry. Both of these devices were extremely attractive. I remember when this one first came out, this was the one I wanted because of the form factor. I saw this thing and I was like, wait, I've never seen anything like it before. It has a 4.5 inch, when you measure diagonally across, you're getting 4.5 inches, full HD 1440 times 1440 display on here with the QWERTY keyboard. It has really good hardware. You're getting the dual, the speakers down at the bottom, USB with a microphone right there, you can see right there. USB, I'm sorry, not USB, 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, and the power button on the Passport. When it comes to the Q20, we are getting the same deal. You could see those dual speakers at the bottom with the USB, micro USB on both, keyboards actually on both. Now this one is actually a whole inch smaller. It's 3.5 inches smaller. This is 3.5, this is 4.5. So both of these displays are really good, and it gets fills up the whole entire screen, which is really cool. So you're gonna be able to watch YouTube videos with the whole entire screen with the default YouTube app on the Q20, whereas when I go into the YouTube app on the Passport, you will have to use a different method to get it to the whole full screen. Because look, you double tap and it's not filling up that screen. See what I mean? So that's pretty much it. I mean, if you're gonna want to watch the whole screen on the Passport, you would have to go into Firefox browser and just expand the screen with your fingers and pinch to you see the screen at the right proportions that you want. But other than that, you're getting really good displays. Obviously this one has a lot better, it has 453 pixels per inch on this one, so it's a lot more pixelated. This has 294 pixels per inch with a 720 display, so you're getting like a better display on this one versus this one, and similar battery performance. I actually noticed that the batteries on these are actually both really good. Now when it comes to typing, both of these devices feel really comfortable. I'm able to type pretty much, like to my heart's content on this thing, and that's probably one of the best things about these devices, is that the keyboards work so well. So let me just do a quick note of something on the Passport. So let's just see, we'll type, this is a really cool device, even in 2020, even in, and then to get to the numbers, you do get that option right here. So you can see this is really intuitive as far as messing around with in 2020. I use color notes right here to get all my notes saved on here, but the keyboard on here is really responsive. Now with this device, it's more of a one-handed phone, so for people who have smaller hands and people who are more prone to dropping your phone, you'd probably want to get the Q20 since it has a really nice fit in the hand, and it feels really good. So let's type the same thing now on this device. The let me see, where's the Q20 is a really good device, and then 2020. Well, let me see, I typed the wrong button a few times, and so it seems like I did a better job typing on the Passport. The keys are more spread out. If you have bigger fingers, then the Passport is definitely the better phone to use, because it has a bigger keyboard, so you're going to be able to naturally use the keyboard a lot easier. It's going to be really fun to use. I could still use the keyboard on the Passport with one hand, but I got to do some finger gymnastics and thumb wrestling on it a little bit. But overall, I'd say both of these phones are really good. It's hard for me to decide which one is better. Obviously, this has a better display. It's bigger. This has the one-handed operation. Now, when it comes to the keyboard, this is your mouse pad on the Passport. Now, when it comes to the Q20, you got your own mouse right here on the trackpad, the little ball pad right there. So they both have really, really good functionality with the keyboards. You're not going to be able to use the keyboard to swipe on this one, but they give you your own designated ball, like track mouse to use on the Q20, which I actually find really awesome. There's no need to touch the screen in any way possible, but these are both touch screens mixed with keyboard function, which is crazy. Obviously, these are on 4.4 environment on Android, so you can see on both of my Blackberries, I have a ton of Android and Google apps. So we have Spotify, Pandora, Facebook. I have on here Google Maps right here on both of them. I have Netflix, Google Chrome, but I've been using both of these things. This one more for around a year. This one I recently just got. I have it for about 3 to 4 months. But honestly, when I first got this form factor, it actually was a true one-handed device. One hand. You could use this thing with one hand, the touchscreen, the trackpad, the keyboard. It's just it's a communication device, which it was intended for. Same deal with this one. You could they make this one say the way they were promoting it, get more work done, get more work done, and you could see why. The screen is bigger, so you're gonna be able to get more work done. You're gonna be able to see more. It has a little bit more power to it, to be honest. But they're both really snappy, which is crazy. These are both AT&T models, so they're working on my Cricket Sim right now. You can see the AT&T with the BlackBerry logo. Now you're getting a 16 main camera with the Passport, an 8 megapixel main camera with the Q20. Both of them actually perform really well. And then you're getting the 2 megapixel front-facing cameras for both. But with these devices, you could just use the back camera as a selfie camera, and it looks really sharp. It looks really good. But these do both have BlackBerry OS 10. I do use the BlackBerry what is it, BBM services, BBM right here. You still get that. So if I click that, you get the BB10. I got a few people on here, and yeah, the chat works. It says available for a few of the people that I have added to it. Also have APK Pure on here to get more apps available on this thing. But what can I say? These devices are communication devices. They're really good for text messaging, sending email, phone calls, internet browsing, typing out long documents, maybe stuff like that. You could even game lightly on them. I love these two devices as well. The reason I purchased them was because my first phone ever was this one right here, which had a keyboard, and it looks just like the Passport, which is why I wanted to go back to a phone with a keyboard. And I'm actually really happy that I did. It's a really, really good device, and it's a steal right now. You could pretty much get these things for really cheap. I remember when it first launched, I wanted it so bad, but I couldn't afford it at the price it was. But I could honestly say that both of these are really handy, and you're gonna be able to get more one-handed operation work done with this one, whereas you kind of need two hands with the Passport. You're gonna be typing majority of the time with two hands. So for people who have bigger hands and like to type and view media, the bigger screen is more attractive. But if you're the type of person who has smaller hands and you find yourself wanting the mouse function maybe a little bit better for you, you're going to be able to do everything with one hand. You could hold the drink in your hand, you know, like a cup of coffee. Everything is going to be usable with one hand. So if you were trying to decide between these two devices, I could say if you're the type of person who likes using your phone with two hands, the Passport is for you. But if you like using your phone with one hand and you want to get a lot of work done, both of these devices can do so, and they're both really good in my opinion. So that's my take on which one you should get, if you should upgrade to the Q20 or the Passport. Well, it all depends on if you have a preference for typing with two hands or if you want to watch more content on the screen. But overall, I could say both of these devices are really good in 2020, especially with Google, you know, giving us all these tracking things, location, and all these notifications, and social media age is really, really can just be overwhelming to a lot of people. You might want to just, you know, isolate and stay away from social media. These devices don't have those annoying Google pop-ups and, you know, like everything like that. So you don't have to worry about that with these devices, which I find really refreshing. But let me know if this video was helpful to you. If it was, hit that like button and hit the bell icon so you can get notified for more future videos just like this. But it's your boy Serrano, and I'll check you guys later. But in the meantime, have a great morning, afternoon, evening, and depending on where you are, later crew. Have a great night. Peace.